I see trees of green and red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. From New Orleans, our culture is very much the Big Easy, laid back, but still elements of Caribbean and traditional, I would say, Mardi Gras Indians. And so with our decor, as the songbird of New Orleans, I always try to wear some kind of feather, bird feather. And then my jewelry is just a piece of me. I mean, it's all given by fans, and I try to wear as much as I can by my fans. Dressing myself up for my shows, I usually have a massive headdress. So in New Orleans with Mardi Gras is a huge carnival that we have, and we're usually led by what we call the Mardi Gras Indians, and they're in full feathers from the head to toe. And so my culture, I would wear a full headdress. So it could be as tall as this, or sometimes wearing feathers on my shoulders. That's genuinely, or I'll have like I love jewelry. I always have rings on every finger and much, much more makeup. I love purple. Purple. Royalty. That's what my mother tells me. And I love gold. Gold because my name means bright flame. So growing up, my mother always would gift me with different little gold feathers and little different pieces of like just something that was always glowing. And I think that has, from what I'm told, transcended to how I behave. People always like, oh, you have this energy about you. You have this glow. And I think it's truly just the music coming out of me. I'm very, very blessed. I was born and raised in New Orleans, which is the mecca of jazz music. And my entire family are musicians. I am the baby of 7. All 6 are boys, and they all play music. My father plays bass. So growing up, I had uncles playing music. You know, my roots go as far back as Dave Bartholomew, who is, you know, basically honored in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, he played with Fats Domino. My tradition in my family has always been into jazz. So my foundation is jazz. And I am so blessed with it because when I was 6 years old, I would be playing tambourine with my family band. I mean, people for a while only knew me as the little girl playing tambourine and could whistle. So, I mean, I think I was destined to be a musician. The first moment I knew I wanted to be a singer for the rest of my life was when I was 6. Because, like I told you, I only wanted to play tambourine. That's all I wanted to do. And I wanted to play bass. And singing I didn't want to sing. My parents wanted me to play violin, and I was like, I don't know. I want to sing. I don't know. So my mom made me join the church choir, and I was like, oh, could you imagine a little 6-year-old me being like, okay. And then the first mass I did, my choir director said, I want you to sing Ave Maria. What 6-year-old sings Ave Maria? Thank God my background now is opera, but Ave Maria, and I sang it, and I watched people cry from joy. And I was like, oh, that's it. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want people to feel something. I want to move people. The second instance with my family was Hurricane Katrina displaced pretty much everyone in my life. And I'm not gonna cry. And losing everything. And having to move to some place where the culture was completely different. And coming from music saved so many of us because all we had was music. And we moved to a place where there was no music, where music was like almost taboo. And the only time that they encouraged you to sing it was in a a restricted way in a church setting. And I never forget my parents every other night would sing to me and I would sing to them. And you know, when you don't have when you experience complete loss of everything in your life and the only thing you have is music, that speaks volumes, you know? Because I never wish on anyone to lose baby photos. Grandparents passing away that you don't remember what they look like because they're gone, you know? Losing family. But the amazing thing about that was New Orleans came back and all we had to share was music, and that got us to come back together. Sorry. I would say Robin Barnes is a lover of life and culture. I think the most exciting thing about being in a beautiful place like India is it's so similar to New Orleans in a way that you really appreciate food, music, and culture just as well as New Orleans appreciates food, music, and culture. Robin Barnes is just a normal little bird that just loves to sing and loves to see the world and wants to share her gift with everyone. I know that's all I got. That's all I am. I left a good job in a city, working for the man every night and day. But I never lost 1 minute to see when I worry about the way things might have been. Big wheels keep on turning, real baby keep on burning, rolling, dun it, rolling, rolling on the river. Okay.